Hey, Cedar Valley. Grant here with a couple thoughts about our John 1 this week. If you've been reading along, following along with our series, we're doing The One and Only is our current sermon series. We're going through the Gospel of John as a church together, and we're doing one chapter a week. This week we're reading John chapter 1, and I've just got a couple thoughts. So if you've read through it, there's like 3 or 4 huge big points or sections within this chapter, some big themes going along. You got John the Baptist coming in here. Jesus is described as the Word becoming flesh. We're going to be talking about a huge specific point of this Sunday too online. And as you're reading, I've just got a couple thoughts to help maybe give you some imagery for how to read part of this, because a lot of language in there is talking about the light coming into the darkness, and the light shining through the darkness, and the light just overcoming. And what does that really look like? So here, I'm standing in front of some of our studio lights. We've got, if you check out our filming studio, helps give some good picture quality, stuff like that. But the light, here is a story about my experience of the light overcoming the darkness. So when I was in college, we did a outdoor program, and we were doing some caving in Chilliwack. Went caving out in the Stolo Caves, they're called. And there's one cave where you go down several passages. You go down a bit of a chimney chute, and you get to a point where light can no longer penetrate because it's around enough corners and enough crevices. And so we do this cool thing where you turn the lights off, and it's pitch black. And it's wild. If you've ever seen true darkness where there's no light at all, your brain starts doing messy things, because often when you're in a dark space, there's still a little bit of light. And even when you're in the caves, you can tell a few times, you can tell when there's a tiny bit of light, because your brain does everything it can. Your eyes are trying to fixate on some light, but it's truly black and dark. And your mind starts to create, you think you can see your hands in front of you, but you can't. It's just trying to make sense of it. And we crave seeing some sort of light. So then what we do is we start moving around a little bit, and if you just peek your head a little bit to the side of the cave, you can actually see a passage where a little bit of light comes down, and it's the smallest fraction, but that little bit gives your brain some grounding and some sense of what is true, what is real, what is reality around you, having a bit of light. And then we turn our headlamps back on, and we're able to get out of the cave. That's fine. But that's just a bit of a sense. When I read the idea of Jesus being the light that overcomes the darkness, seeing that sense of how desperately we need some light to make sense of the surroundings, of what's around us, what's true, what's real, what is important, what is God. So thanks, Cedar Valley. Continue reading John chapter 1. What are you learning out of this chapter? And we will see you on Sunday.